Greetings from the Sephardic Temple of Cedarhurst. At the beginning of the special Haftarah that will be recited tomorrow on Shabbat, God tells Jeremiah, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I consecrated you. A prophet to the nations, I appointed you." The challenge of this verse is the idea that a person like Jeremiah had his destiny determined even before he was born. Predestination is the idea that whatever happens is already determined by God. This is a foundation of Islamic theology. But what about Judaism? Does predestination figure prominently in our faith? One can point to texts in the literature of the ancient sages that allude to the idea of predestination, like the Midrash that we find in the Talmud that says that at the beginning of human existence, God had shown to Adam all the future leaders of the world, including Jeremiah the prophet. Yet, when we examine much more deeply our corpus of sacred texts, the idea of predestination plays only a minor role in Judaism. Jewish tradition holds most important the principle that all people have the capacity to fashion their own fate through their actions, despite God already knowing what decisions they will reach. Thus, God knew that Abraham's descendants would be enslaved in Egypt. On the other hand, Pharaoh and his counselors had many opportunities to do otherwise. They had the freedom to decide not to enslave the people of Israel. The slavery of the Israelites could have been averted if Pharaoh had chosen a different path. But in the case of our verse from the book of Jeremiah, which we will read tomorrow, how can it be said that even before he was born, Jeremiah was destined to be a prophet? Some teach that human beings come into the world with certain propensities, but what use we make of them is our own doing. This is analogous to the fact that we are all born with a certain genetic structure that puts our existence into a fairly predetermined framework. We may be prone to certain illnesses, or we may have the likelihood of good health. We might be endowed with a certain IQ, or we may have propensities that lead us in other directions. We may focus on mathematics and science, or we may choose to head towards art and music and literature. Nevertheless, what we do with these inborn capacities is to a significant degree up to each of us. This capacity we call free will. A traditional Jewish perspective is squarely based on its crucial role. Some of us exploit our possibilities and others waste them. There is much in us that we cannot change, but there is enough freedom to make something of the potential that each of us has. The Jewish faith accords the teaching of free will a most central place. Therefore, with respect to our reflection on the Haftarah, the call to Jeremiah may thus be seen to express both predetermination and freedom. The child Jeremiah was born with particular gifts as well as a high degree of spiritual sensitivity. But giving his life to a pursuit of the divine call, with all its rewards and difficulties and dangers, that was a decision that Jeremiah had to make for himself. The possibilities of prophecy may therefore be said to have been a divine gift, while being and living as a prophet were Jeremiah's own choice. May God help us to use our gifts wisely. Amen. For those of us who are looking forward to this Shabbat to commemorate the Meldados, the Nachalah, or the Yortzeit of a loved one, but who are unable to come to the synagogue to worship on Shabbat morning, we will once again recite the Hashkabot memorial prayers today on Ereb Shabbat. Our intention is to bring honor to the deceased, to give consolation to those who mourn, and to strengthen the hearts of all those who remember. Afterwards, we will recite a prayer for all those in need of health in our congregation. Tov Shem Yishem Tov Yom Maved Miyom Yivaledo Sof Dabar Kol Nishma Et Elohim Yirah B'Mitzvotav Shemor Ki Zeh Kol Adam Menucha Nechona B'Shiva Yonah Tachat Kanfei HaShechina Sham Tehim Menadam Chitzat B'Shivat Nefesh Hashem HaTov Isaac Hannon, the Gam Moshe Esformis, Yisrael Tzavi ben Simcha Goldblatt, Moshe Askenazi, Albert N. Benaderet, Benny Hugnu, Natan Abraham Hugnu, Yaakov Asel, Shabbatai Moshe Cohen, Yaakov Elias, Chaim ben Shemuel Elias, Eliyahu ben Moshe Abraham Darrow, Mordechai ben Moshe Yehuda Satnik, Louis Isidoro Mizrahi, Louis S. Barokas, David Abdallah, Jacques Bihar, Benjamin Halewa, Isaac Honen, Abraham Hulif, Judah Levy, Jess Negrin, Roberto Bechor Yehuda Namer, Morris Ovadia, Melvin Shapiro, Yitzhak Tzion, Albert Negrin, Albert J. Maya, Chaim Shemaria Maya, Alberto Zovics, Nisim Emmanuel Levy, Harold Kasten, Max H. Elias, Jack Ginsberg, David Joseph Benzsal, Joseph I. Baruch, Joseph I. Mizrahi, Tevel ben Sima Slepian, Shraga ben Noach v'Hadassah Rosen, Reuven ben Arthur Veruth Bluestein, Shemuel ben Moshe Russo, Chaim Yechezkel Shraga ben Yitzchak Yaakov, Eliyahu Daniel Susi, Binyamin Teleki ben Pesach, Yehuda Gold ben Avraham v'Rachel Leah, Yom Tov ben Moshe Kamai, Yitzchak ben Gavriel Babaganov, Eliezer ben Avraham v'Beulah Kraus, Aaron ben Avraham Cohen, Aaron Simcha ben Avraham Johnson, Shlomo ben Shemuel Mavora. Ruach Adonai tinichem began Eden, Hamelech berachamav yechos v'yachmol alehem v'leve elehem hashalom, v'mishkabam yihi shalom. Him v'chol b'nei Yisrael ashochabim imahem b'chlal harachamim v'hasalichot, v'chein yihi ratzon v'nomar amen. Eshe chayamim sav rachok mipinini michra, tenula mipiri yadea v'yalu haba she'arim ma'aseha. Rachmana derachmanuta dilehi, Yamala ma'al kadmohi duchan ha'isha hanichbedet. Simcha Chana Weber bat Yosef v'Rivka, v'gam Chana Yosef Aihini, Litras Cookie Baruch, Miriam Calderon Pardo, Simcha Avraham Kaplan, Sarah Rosen, Rina Golan bat Sadia v'Rivka Madmon, Chaya Perel Bergenfeld ben Zisha, Reina Yosef Kamai, Sarah Aboaf bat Yaakov, Malka Posner bat Eliyahu, Luna Yom Tov Mercy, Mazel Tov Yehuda Baruch, Rachel Testa bat Avraham, Rikula Moshe Rosales, Esther Yitzchak Susi, Bela Levita bat Yosef, Zolia Julia Daniel Baracha, Fanny Yosef Levy, Anna Sivi, bat Raphael, Marie Aguado, Victoria Calderon, Victoria Mavora, Kali Morhaim, Esther Paparo, Mali Sadaka, Iris Zirinsky, Ann Varon, Molly Tabo, Molly Franco Levy, Clara Cohen, Rose Casuto, Luna Clara bat Chaim Verivka Jamil, Basha Granite bat Moshe Arya Vebela, Millie bat Ezra Sarah Harari, Sarah Letterman bat Yaakov and Miriam, Rachel bat Shimon ve'Esther Peso, Isha Chaim Halio, Amalia Aranya bat Eliyahu v'Sarah, Sarah Bauman bat Shlomo v'Chana Elias, Sarah Gershon Maya, Esther Lampert bat Velvolder, Elka Matrana bat Mordechai, Vida Keisler bat Yosef v'Sucho Kasuto, Yosefa Kleinstein bat Yitzchak v'Aida, Cyril Beja bat Avraham v'Sarah, Sarah Cabasso bat Feivel, Ruach Adonai tinichem began Eden. Hamelech barachamav yechos v'yachmol aleihen v'leve eleihen hashalom v'mishkaban yihiyeh shalom. Hein v'chol benot Yisrael hashachabot imahen bichlal harachamim v'hasalichot v'chein yihi ratzon v'nomar amen. Mishaberach Avotenu Abraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah Hu yibarech et hacholim. Morenu harav Avraham Dov ben Aharon v'gam Shlomo ben harav Yitzchak Matzil. Yehoyakim Kalman ben Yonatan Moshe Yitzchak Penina. Devorah Maya bat Masha Michal. Freda Beja bat Rachel. Clara bat Kochava. Gavriel ben Moshe. Katriel bar Hana. Sukkah Stein bat Razel. Rachel Esther bat Aida. Rachel Penina bat Devorah Esther. Shemuel ben Malka Adwar. Sarah Feldman bat Baruch Bechana. Yisrael Pinchas ben Chaim Shapiro v'gam ishto Rachel. Fliga Shalom Blaustein bat Etalea. Miriam Kraus bat Pinchas v'Yentel. Esther Marcus bat Chaim v'Malka. Herschel Bauman. Shlomo ben Chana Eliyahu. Yocheved Han bat Runya Fremet. Joya Persily bat Moshe v'Klara. Elka Shendel Winkler bat Surah. Fega Rivka Bachana, Shemuel Reuven ben Esther, Baruch Eliezer ben Gila, Avraham ben Fortuna Sayeg, David Halevi ben Bela Betesh, Yinila Nesher ben Rivka, Meir ben Avraham, Avraham ben Sarah Wisser, Or ben Vered Varon Masarano, Leah Lind bat Salika, Jackie Perazo, Shulamit Cohen bat Rachel, Yerachmiel ben Shemuel Samaya, Sima Basha bat Fego Gittel, David ben Rivka, Nachama Esha Kaleb Shemuel Russo, Rachel bat Zimbalyani, Devorah Bachana Russo, Ita bat Frida, Leachana bat Yeta. Hamakom Mishlach Lahem Refuah Shlema Refuat HaNefesh U'Refuat HaGuf. Elna Refana Lahem V'Achlimam V'Achziram Le'etanam V'chein Yihi Ratzon V'Nomar Amen. O Lord, we also pray for the victims who have perished during this coronavirus pandemic and for their survivors. May your compassion and love be upon them all. May you provide consolation to those who mourn. For those who are quarantined, either willingly or due to their having been infected, please God, give them strength in their time of isolation and anxiety. Heal them and shield them from despair. May the Holy One bless first responders and medical personnel who risk their lives. And may God grant expertise and grace to all whose hearts, bodies, and minds are called into use for the sake of those who are infected. May God grant success to all members of our armed forces and law enforcement who work diligently to protect us from harm. Yihi ratzon milifnei Avinu Shabashamayim la'atzor hamagdefa v'hamashkit me'aleinu u'me'al kol olamo v'imru amen. May it be the will of our Father in heaven to avert disease and destruction from us and from his entire world. And let us say Amen. Boas entradas, Ereb Shabbat Shalom, from the Sephardic Temple of Cedarhurst.